Hello and welcome to another video on the Viking Gnome Gacha channel. Today we are going to be making a Honkai Star Rail video here. We are on the World 3 Level 2 boss. It's Japard here, level 67. Before I go into the boss, I thought I would just show the buffs and Curios I have, and then we will full out of the boss, and I think I will win, especially considering the cards I have. So we went Hunt. Hunt is generally always the path I go, because I just think Hunt is one of the best, at least with my comp. So we have a lot of legendaries. We have 7, I believe, legendary cards, which is a lot. I don't think I've ever had 7 before, actually. We do have some very important ones. You can just read through these if you want to. So, yeah, just these things here. Yeah, so one I really love, I mean, these like aftertaste ones I don't really care about, so whatever. These I don't really care about. One of like the most important card here, or important cards, I would say, is the Imperial Reign, as you get critical boost, and it stacks up to 12 as I have upgraded it. So that is really good. It means that in long fights you get like a shit ton of damage eventually. Of course, I also have the standard increased crit rate and crit damage. I also have possibly one of the best, and definitely the best, gray card, which is the increases speed. I did not have enough to upgrade it. I lacked 3 materials here to upgrade this, but it is still the best gray hunt card by far. In my opinion, it's great. Really quite love it. Curios wise, we have the cheese, which is useless. This one, which is useless. This one, which is probably gonna be like 20-30% damage. This one is good. Deals 25% more damage after defeating an enemy. Not sure if that stacks or not, but sure. And then also useless. So, no real special Curios, but our card deck is fairly stacked. We have a team of Bailu, Welt, March 7th, and Dan Hung, which is my usual setup for simulated universe. At least my normal one for auto, as I think it's a very good combo, a lot of good type coverage, stuff like that. See how much damage that is? That's like a good amount of damage. Now, I'm not sure how much damage these people do. Okay, they do a lot of damage. So I'm not really sure if auto is going to be fine here or not, but we do have March 7th. I'm just going to let this play out and speed up the fight, and then we can see how it all turns out. Enjoy. And there we go. That was a full auto clear on the World 3-2 boss, Chapard. It was a bit close there at some parts, but I wasn't even sweating it. Thankfully, with Bailu, we did have revive for Dan Heng, but even if Dan Heng would have died there, it would have been fine. Welt would have been a good DPS to still kill him, basically. So that wouldn't really have mattered, even if he did not have the revive. And that's basically it. I mean, instead of Bailu here, I think Natasha would have done absolutely fine. So if you don't have Bailu, which I understand many don't, then Natasha is a totally fine substitute here. For Welt, I don't really know who you can really exchange Welt for, because we don't really have any other good options right now. But Welt is a godsend, so if you have him, he is great. Of course, everyone has March 7th and Dan Heng. But yeah, that was a good boss fight. Good boss fight. Before we end here, I would like to just quickly go over the stats, since I forgot to do that earlier. I am now over TL 40, which you have to be to even do this world. But just so you know, I am level 60 on my core team here. All level 60. All level 60 light cone. Swordplay here. Day in my life here. Eyes of the Prey here. And Quid Pro Quo here. So no special light cones. On Eidolons, we have none here. None here. 1 for March 7th and 2 for Dan Heng. Traces, we are almost max here on Dan Heng. Not really leveled much on March 7th, almost max on Welt, and decently halfway there on Bailu. Relics, only like a purple set here with plus 12 mostly, but nothing too special. On Welt, we have a feel like this, for example, which is a fairly good piece. I think at least it's a decent piece, I like it. No special gear here, just like generally purple gear at like plus 6, plus 9, plus 12. You know, nothing major, you know, nothing amazing, just generally standard across the board. So this is definitely something that, you know, anyone can do without issue. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this full auto clear of World 3-2. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. If you want any tips or tricks or anything else, feel free to ask. You know, I try to respond best I can with my current knowledge of the game. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed your stay, and I will see you all in the next Honkai video. Bye bye.